Welcome to your IELTS listening practice from Spinta.org. This is a mini-test designed to help you practice a specific section of the exam and improve your confidence. The recording will be played one time only, just like in the official test. Let's begin.
Good evening. Welcome to Chapter and Verse Independent Bookstore. I'm Rachel, the events coordinator here. I noticed you browsing our community bulletin board with all the upcoming literary events. Are you interested in participating in any of our book clubs or author readings? We have a really vibrant literary community here, and we're always excited to welcome new participants.
Good evening, Rachel. I'm Timothy, and I just moved to the neighborhood about a month ago. I've been looking for ways to meet people who share my love of literature, and your bulletin board caught my attention. I saw several different book clubs listed, and I'm also intrigued by the author events you host. Could you tell me more about what you offer here?
I'm so glad you found us, Timothy. We really believe that bookstores should be community gathering places, not just retail spaces. We currently host 4 different book clubs, each with its own focus and personality. Plus, we have author readings and literary discussions about twice a month. Let me tell you about our book clubs first, since those are ongoing commitments where you'd really get to know fellow readers.
That sounds exactly like what I'm looking for. What are the different book clubs, and how do they differ from each other?
Our most established group is the Classic Literature Circle, which meets the first Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. They focus on canonical works, authors like Dickens, Austen, Tolstoy, and contemporary classics like Toni Morrison or Gabriel Garcia Marquez. It's a fairly serious group that really dives deep into literary analysis and historical context.
I love classic literature and literary analysis. How many people typically attend those meetings, and what's the format like?
The Classic Literature Circle usually has 12 to 15 regular members, with about 8 to 10 people at each meeting. The format is quite structured. They spend the first 30 minutes discussing specific passages and themes, then open it up for broader discussion about the work's significance and relevance. Many members have literature or education backgrounds, so the discussions can get quite scholarly, but they're always welcoming to newcomers.
That level of analysis sounds perfect for me. What book are they currently reading?
They just started Anna Karenina last week, so you'd be jumping in at the perfect time. They typically spend 2 months on longer works like Tolstoy, and they're planning to follow it with some George Eliot in the spring. The group selects their reading list together at the beginning of each year, so members have input on what they'll be reading.
Anna Karenina is one of my favorite novels, so that's perfect timing. What about your other book clubs? I'd like to hear about all the options.
Our contemporary fiction group meets the third Thursday of each month at 6:30 p.m. They focus on current and recent literary fiction, books that have won major awards or gotten significant critical attention. It's a slightly younger crowd, mostly professionals in their 30s and 40s, and they often discuss how contemporary issues are reflected in the literature they're reading.
That also sounds interesting. Do they stick to literary fiction, or do they ever branch out into other genres?
They primarily stick to literary fiction, but they're not rigid about it. They'll occasionally read literary science fiction or historical fiction if it's getting critical acclaim. Last year they read books like The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Clara and the Sun, and The Vanishing Half. They tend to choose books that spark good discussion about social issues and human relationships.
Those are all excellent books. What about your other 2 book clubs?
Our Mystery and Thriller Club meets the second Monday of each month at 7 p.m. They read everything from cozy British mysteries to psychological thrillers to true crime. It's a fun, relaxed group that really enjoys trying to solve mysteries together and discussing plot twists. They often have themed months, like Scandinavian noir or female detective protagonists.
I do enjoy a good mystery. What's the atmosphere like in that group compared to the more literary ones?
The Mystery Club is definitely more casual and social. They spend time discussing the plots and trying to figure out whodunit, but they also just enjoy each other's company. They sometimes do special events like mystery-themed trivia nights or author Skype calls. It's a great group if you want book discussion, with a more relaxed social atmosphere.
What about the fourth book club?
Our newest group is the Diverse Voices Book Club, which started just 6 months ago. They specifically focus on books by authors from underrepresented communities, people of color, LGBTQ+ authors, international voices, and books that explore different cultural perspectives. They meet the last Saturday of each month at 2 p.m., which works well for people who can't do evening meetings.
That sounds like an important and interesting focus. How has that group been developing?
It's been wonderful. The group started small with about 6 people, but it's grown to about 10 regular members. What's special about this group is how it's broadened everyone's reading horizons and led to really meaningful discussions about different cultural experiences and perspectives. They've read authors like Britt Bennett, Ocean Vuong, and Isabel Allende.
All of these groups sound appealing. Are there any costs or requirements for joining?
There are no membership fees or formal requirements, just a love of reading and discussion. We do ask that people commit to attending regularly and reading the books, since discussion quality depends on participation. Most groups offer a 10% discount on their monthly selections if you buy the books here, though you're welcome to get them from the library or anywhere else.
The discount is a nice incentive to support the bookstore. Now tell me about your author events. How often do you host those?
We typically host author events twice a month, sometimes readings, sometimes panel discussions, and occasionally book launches for local authors. We get a good mix of established writers and emerging voices. Next week, we're hosting Sarah Chen, who just won the National Book Critics Circle Award, and later this month, we have a panel on contemporary poetry with 3 local poets.
Do you charge admission for these author events?
Most of our events are free, though we do appreciate when people buy the author's book. For special events with very prominent authors, we might charge a small fee, usually $5 to $10, which often includes a signed copy of the book. We believe literature should be accessible, so we try to keep costs minimal.
That's a wonderful philosophy. How do you find out about upcoming events?
We have several ways to stay informed. We send out a monthly newsletter with all our upcoming events, and we post regularly on our social media accounts. You can also check our website, or just stop by. We always have flyers in that bulletin board you were looking at. Book club members often get first notice of special events, too.
I'd love to sign up for the newsletter. Do you ever do any special literary events beyond regular book clubs and author readings?
We do. Every fall, we host a literary festival weekend with multiple authors, workshops on writing and publishing, and special discussions. In the spring, we have Poetry Month celebrations with open mic nights and poetry workshops. We also occasionally do themed events, like Banned Books Week discussions or holiday literary gatherings.
This all sounds incredible. I'm definitely interested in joining at least one of the book clubs. Is there a way to attend a meeting as a visitor before committing?
Absolutely. All our book clubs welcome visitors, and we actually encourage people to attend a meeting or two before deciding which group fits best. You don't need to have read the current book to attend. Just come and listen to get a feel for the group dynamics and discussion style.
That's perfect. When is the next Classic Literature Circle meeting, and would I need to read any of Anna Karenina before attending?
Their next meeting is Tuesday, October 10th at 7 p.m. Since they just started Anna Karenina, they'll probably be discussing the first few chapters, so reading even just the beginning would help you participate. But honestly, many people have read it before, so you could contribute just from memory if you've read it previously.
I've read it several times, so I should be fine. Are there any other ways to get involved in the literary community here?
We also have a volunteer program for people who want to help with events, things like setting up chairs, helping with book sales at readings, or assisting with our literary festival. Volunteers often get to meet authors and attend special events. We also have a local author showcase where community members can share their own writing.
I do some writing myself, so that showcase sounds interesting. This bookstore seems like exactly the kind of literary community I was hoping to find.
I'm so excited you found us. Let me get you signed up for our newsletter and give you information about next week's book club meeting. I have a feeling you're going to love being part of our literary community here. Welcome to Chapter and Verse, Timothy.
Thank you so much, Rachel. You've made me feel so welcome, and I'm really looking forward to becoming part of this community. I'll definitely see you next Tuesday for the book club meeting.
Wonderful. I'll be excited to hear how your first meeting goes. I think you're going to find some wonderful literary friends here and maybe discover some new favorite books along the way.
You have now completed the practice test. When you are ready for a full exam experience, visit us at Spinta.org. There you will find complete mock tests for all 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Our platform provides instant AI feedback for your speaking and writing tasks, along with an accurate prediction of your band score. Take control of your preparation at Spinta.org.